Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel with Bruce here. Welcome to Traveling with Bruce. Nice to see you all and have you with me today. It's the 10th of October, 2020, and we got some clarity. I think we now know when cruising will restart in the United States. It's a little complicated, but I think we figured it out. Thank you again for subscribing to Traveling with Bruce. Love having you join me from around the world. Appreciate those of you who are subscribing to this channel, 60,200 and counting. Thumbs ups for the videos, joining my Facebook group page, visiting my RedBubble Store and picking up some TWB stuff, T-shirts, COVID masks, coffee mugs, cell phone covers, on and on it goes. 35 logos, all kinds of items. Thank you. And again, those of you who are becoming sponsor members of this channel, 33 cents a day gets you in the club. And join us Monday nights at 7 o'clock for a sponsor member hangout show. Fantastic. Well, let's get into this story. When are we going to go cruising out of the U.S. ports? A lot of my viewers have been asking me for months and months, Bruce, I've got a bunch of cruises booked in 2020, 2021. Are they going to happen or not? Can you tell me anything from the inside? Please let me know. And I've just been following the CDC and the cruise lines and the CLIA, the CLIA people, letting everyone in on what I hear when I hear it. Some people think it's fake news, but it isn't. It's just whatever's reported. But I think we figured it out. I think we now know with some reasonable clarity with the moves that have happened in the last week or so. We now know, I think, how this is going to go down. In the USA, we heard about 2 weeks ago that the CDC had met with the people at the White House in the Situation Room to talk about the reopening of cruising for the USA. And we knew that the shutdown had been in place until the end of September. And the thinking was, will it just go another month or so or two or what? And we then heard through all kinds of leaks and rumors that the CDC wanted cruising shut down in the U.S. until basically March of 2021, but that the people at the White House, particularly Mike Pence and his task force people, they wanted cruising to start much sooner than that. And we heard then that the talk was November 1, that cruising would be allowed to start in the USA November the 1st. Well, the next week, which was this past week we just had, the cruise line surprised all of us when they came out with their own announcements. And the folks at Norwegian, the folks at Carnival, and at Royal Caribbean, they've all said to us, we have canceled all of our cruises until the end of November, and we are looking to start resailing tentatively in early December with a few ships only. Now we're hearing even more talk, and that is, I guess on Friday, of course, there was a virtual meeting between Mike Pence and the cruise lines, the CDC, the Health and Human Services people. They had a virtual session over the phones, like a Zoom meeting, to go over everything, and I guess Mike Pence and his task force will make a recommendation to the President of the United States, and we'll wait for his, quote, final decision as to when cruising will start. Now, here is where I think a little bit of clarity has finally come into place. November the 3rd, which is 2.5 weeks from now, there will be an election. Or is that 3.5 weeks from now? Nonetheless, it's soon 3.5 weeks from now. The 3rd of November will probably tell us everything we want to know. If the election goes through and the existing administration is kept in the White House for the next 4 years, then cruising will start in the first week of December. I think the president will announce with great fanfare that cruising will begin early December. That'll be fine by him. And the cruise lines will tentatively begin to add ships to their fleets to offer cruises to people from North American ports. On the other hand, if the election goes the other direction and it looks like there's going to be a new administration taking over in late January, those folks will begin to make announcements all through November and into December that will be unmistakable to the cruise lines, that will go along the lines of something like, since we've always believed in the scientists, we're going to go with them. And since the CDC wanted to go with a March 2021 restart date, we think we're going to go that direction. And the cruise lines will get the hint that don't even bother starting sailing in December, because you're going to be re-shut down the moment the new administration takes over. You may as well stay shut down, keep your crews at home, and wait this no sail order out, because it's going to be extended with the new administration anyway. And don't go spending millions of dollars to bring crew in only to turn around and send them back home. It's just not going to be worth your while. The ships you're going to be sailing out of the ports in the U.S. will likely be restricted to between 50 and 60% occupancy. At best, you'll break even, maybe make a couple of bucks, but if you have to resend everyone back home again, you're going to lose millions. And there's the clarity, I think, that has come our way. The cruise lines made the big move this week when all of them decided we're shutting down till the end of November automatically, even though the CDC was overruled for a November 1 startup date. We're not going for it. We'll talk about the first week of December, and even then, we'll talk about a limited number of ships. Now, another reason I think this is happening, or another thing to contribute to all of this, today in the Miami Herald, October the 10th, 2020, the folks at the Miami Herald released the latest counts for COVID cases in Florida and casualties. And it was announced today that since the beginning of the virus this year, 15,360 Floridians have passed away from the COVID-19 virus. That's more than all of Canada, by at least 50% more than all of Canada. Canada hasn't even had 10,000 fatalities yet. This is scary. Over 5,500 cases yesterday were confirmed. Florida is ramping up with infections all over the place. And it looks unfortunate that decision to open Florida up may have been a huge mistake, a miscalculation. And it just tells me that the likelihood of foreigners coming in is zero for any cruises in December. And the likelihood of the new administration, if there is one, to allow cruising right off the bat looks slim at best if these kinds of numbers continue to escalate. We haven't even hit the second wave yet, and it's coming, so we'll have to watch for that. Folks, I wish I could give you better news than that, but there's a bit of clarity today. November 3rd is the magic date. We'll stay on this. Thank you for watching today. We'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.